The worst battle during the Clone Wars that Obi-Wan had been a part of. This is what you will see today. The high ground gets dropped down as we see Obi-Wan get blown up to smithereens during the Clone Wars. Obviously, we all know the Clone Wars were devastating to a lot of planets out there, but the Battle of Jabiim was truly horrible, and if you stick around till the end, you get to see what happens to our favorite trolling master, Obi Wan Kenobi. We open on two Jabiim rebels, discussing the Republic and that they have the Jedi with them. Since they had never seen a Jedi before, they went into speculation. One of them thought that they ate babies. The other had heard that they cut women in half with their laser swords. But whatever the case may be, something was approaching. It was the AT-AT walkers. The prototypes that the Republic had just implemented were gaining ground. Once they realized it was no use shooting, they started falling back. Anakin told Alpha not to execute wounded soldiers. Obi-Wan agreed. The Jabiim rebels will only fight harder if we teach them to hate us. One thing they were definitely doing is crushing the Jabiim rebels as they were full on retreating. It was time for the second squad to come in. Obi-Wan told Padawan Kos to move in. Although this did make Alpha real happy, this mission is dangerous enough without the involvement of inexperienced Padawans. Kos told him that he is still broadcasting on all lines. Yes, he knows. A rebel soldier was down, gravely injured, but a Jedi Master was approaching. Told him to stay awake just a bit longer. His Padawan Aubrey is one of the best healers in the temple. She proceeded to heal the soldier as they had to find this general of theirs. With the battle waging on, finally the Jedi had stabilized the situation, and now they could start interrogating the soldiers about who is in charge. The suspicious part was that there were no battle droids and no Confederacy. Afterwards, at the camp, Anakin is puzzled as to why the rebels fear them so much. One of them had just accused them of eating children. Obi-Wan had an answer. There are over 100,000 worlds in the Republic and only a few thousand Jedi. You can imagine that billions of beings all across the galaxy had never seen nor heard of a Jedi. But they had to find out who was behind this. We finally see him, holding up a sword, speaking to his people. For 3,000 years they were loyal to the Republic, but where was the aid during the Plague? Where were they when the Trandoshans invaded and the Lithian pirates who killed many of their parents? The Republic had ignored their cries until they learned of the rich resources that laid beneath the ground. Now, suddenly, they wanted the Jabiim to join them, for the Republic to control the ore coming out of the planet and halt their negotiations with the Confederacy. No, they will show the Jedi. They will send them back home in caskets. During the briefing, it is shown that the leader is also called Altostratus. He took control last year and killed most of the loyalists. Only him and a few escaped. Stratus, in fact, had promised mining rights to Dooku in exchange for weapons. What Alpha mostly feared, though, was that it was just a matter of time before the rebels and the Confederacy learned about their weakness. The environment, the rain, it's all halting communications. Sadly, the leader knew just that. He charged with his entire army and the Confederacy. This was the time to strike. Padawan Kos conferring with the clones, but behind them a rocket was heading straight for the walker. A huge explosion closed them back. The walker was completely destroyed. Everything was bogged down in the mud as the Confederate forces were rushing in. The leader was already there. He killed the Padawan without mercy. Now Anakin and Obi-Wan were in the thick of battle. Anakin jumped and went straight for the leader, although he couldn't really get a hold of him. In the battlefield, only one walker remained. Obi-Wan ordered them to protect it at all costs, but it was too late. The soldiers quickly ran towards the walker and planted explosives on the base of the legs as they exploded, bringing the entire walker crashing down to the ground. Once he saw this, Obi-Wan ran inside the AT-AT walker, trying to save the clones that survived inside. He immediately called upon his apprentice to come inside and help out, but just as Anakin was approaching, suddenly the entire walker exploded in flames. "Master!" yelled out Anakin as Obi-Wan and the others were still inside. Unfortunately, the issue ends right here and leaves us with a huge cliffhanger. But this event, the Battle of Jabiim, is quite interesting and devastating as well. Well, of course, in the next issue, it is told that Obi-Wan's death was false, and of course the high ground always survives. But I wanted to specify this specific thing that happened during the Clone Wars and how anybody could have died at any time and point. But what did you guys think? Talk to me down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.